What's up, guys, and very welcome to the Hunter patch analysis. We have finally, after 2 weeks, we have received an substantially big update to the game. It's about 700 megabytes. I'm just busy downloading it right now. I think it's almost done. I cannot wait to see what the developer Avalanche Studios has brought for us in this update. It's mostly a bug fix, as far as I can see. It's definitely not adding any new features or anything. The developers really have been in talks and discussions with the community so far. They've been very active in the community discussions on the Steam page of the game, and they've been trying to see all these. They've been trying to see the viewpoints of everybody, see what the issues are, and see what the most prominent issues are, so that they can fix them right now, so that everyone, or hopefully most people, can enjoy the game for what it is. It's an amazing game. I've already racked up about 25 hours of gameplay in this game, and I've only owned it now for about 4 days. Or no, not 4 or 5 days. And I've been really enjoying it. So this patch is very welcome, and you can check out the notes on this link here. I'll put it in the description of this video, so you can go check out the notes for yourself. So let's just have a look at some of the most important notes. Here they just say that they are very grateful for all the feedback that they are getting about the game, and that people are discussing the issues. Yes, this game is quite buggy. It almost feels as if it's on the early access part of the scale when you look at full release versus beta version, or full release game versus early access for that matter. It's almost like a beta. It's definitely not early access though. It's got a lot of content, a lot of things to do, and we can just see what they have implemented so far. Yes, they plan to bring a lot of new content in the future, but they especially are just focusing right now to fix the bugs, because they haven't had a large test group with the beta a few months ago. So now they really get to see what the issues are people are having, and especially you've seen many issues. You've probably seen many issues with the game if you've played it. The inventory system is bugged. Many of the animals get stuck against trees, between rocks. The player takes damage if he moves between objects. For instance, between two large rocks, he can get damage and then die, actually. So the physics system can get an improvement, that's for sure. I don't think they fixed that issue though. But let's just have a look at some of the issues that they've taken care of so far. Okay, they fixed the default speed of crouch and prone, which is amazing for the keyboard control system, because this game, trust me, I was so flustered at the start when I started the game that I couldn't find an animal, because I was moving with mouse and keyboard, obviously playing an FPS game, and I just couldn't find any of the freaking animals. They would just run away, and if I go after their tracks, I would just never see an animal. Because you know why? I found out later, is because that they can hear me crouch even when I'm moving. They can hear me moving even when I'm crouching with the mouse and keyboard, because the mouse and keyboard controls don't give you they don't give you any sensitivity settings, or they don't allow you to they don't allow you to, like with a controller, they don't allow you to adjust the acceleration of your character. That's what I meant to say. So they always hear you even when you're crouching or proning. But now they fixed that, thankfully. So you can now use the run keybind to just move faster, whether you're in crouch or prone mode. But yeah, I just played with a controller in the meantime, because that's just the best way to move around. And then when I stop to shoot an animal, I would switch over to mouse and keyboard for better accuracy. Okay, so they balanced some of the photo missions as well, because some of them, I don't know whether they increased the difficulty or made it easier, yeah, or whatever. But I think they made it easier, because some of them are quite hard when you have to take a photo of an animal when it's in front of something, for instance, in front of a lake or whatever, or a mountain, or field. Okay, and I also read about the balanced equipment prices. If I'm not mistaken, they increased the price of ammo, but the weapon prices have been drastically reduced. So it's easier to get more weapons now. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, that's basically, you can just skim through the other changes for yourself. The UI, they actually improved feedback for noise and HUD. So that's pretty cool that they added that. And because with the UI and everything, the cursors can disappear, and you can have some shitty sounds that come out when you click on things and stuff. So it looks like they are trying to fix those type of errors. And you would also, if you are familiar with the game, when you harvest something, you would see the hits that all the places that you hit the animal. For instance, if you shot it twice, you can click on the first hit, and then it shows you where you shot it, whether it would be in the lungs or in the hide or whatever, and then the second shot. But it started at 0. It said 0 and then 1, 2, etc. And now they realized their mistake, because that's like indexing numbers, but now they use more natural numbering order of numbers. So they started with 1 now. So that's pretty cool. Fixed a bug where droppings would not correctly indicate time since creation. That is also pretty cool, because I also saw a thread on Reddit that I very much agreed with. I saw the thread, but I also, before reading the thread, I was also aware of the issue that when you saw droppings of any animal feces, you could not differentiate between old or new droppings. It would always say, like they say, yeah, just now it dropped, so it's still fresh. And that's pretty unnerving, because now you don't know whether the animal has moved along or whether it is just around the next hill or corner. Okay, then some audio. They improved UI mixes, the music mix, which is actually pretty great. I like the soundtrack that they use for the game. You can, when you switch on the headlamp and switch it off, it also makes a sound now. That's very cool. And I see they changed the rabbit or squirrel navigation sounds. Now that I presume those are the sounds that you hear when moving around. You're moving around quietly, sneaking up, perhaps sneaking up to an animal, and just scouting your surroundings. And then you hear the swoosh sound. It would be just a sudden sound. It's like or something. I read in a thread, someone describes it as um, a jackrabbit in a windsuit running around. It really sounds like that. That was a very accurate description. And I think they fixed that sound, because it can be so annoying, actually. And then just general changes. They fixed floating props. I haven't seen that, I haven't experienced that issue myself, but I saw screenshots where props such as tables, containers, and things, or rocks even, or whatever, would stand in the air, and that would be really annoying. They also fixed issue with proning and looking through terrain. That was also an issue where hopefully that will be fixed, where you would prone and see through terrain and stuff, and you could see, even when you're on top of a hill, you would see like a sea or a lake. Those are some of the most important changes that we have. They are working on some new stuff. They said adding an exit to main menu. That's going to help, because in the current state of the game, you have to click on exit to desktop, so you cannot go back to main menu and then restart or load your save again. That's very annoying as well. And they're trying to fix the crash fix. Some people have mentioned not being able to launch the game, so I haven't experienced any of those issues. My game hasn't crashed in my 25 hours of gameplay, and that is very relieving to know that at least the game is working for many people, but there are still some issues on some people's computers. Um, Added jump sounds for main character, but I'm pretty sure there were already some sounds when jumping. I guess that those are just some new ones. Now I'm just wondering where's that one change? Never mind, I'm not getting it. But you can go through the list yourself, and this will be pretty interesting to see how when the next update will come. Don't know what version it will be, but I'm very excited to see what this developer is bringing. They didn't take very long to implement all these changes. They are committed to making this game work, and I'm sure if the community stands together and just give this game some time, some breathing space, just give the developers some breathing space. They just released the game. They obviously wanted some income. Now they have the income from selling the game, and this will help them generate more manpower and give them more motivation to continue working on the game as we and always be sure to go on the discussion threads on Steam, give your feedback. If you have an issue, just give it to them. The developers are very friendly. They reply to many of the threads, especially if it's a very if you give a very detailed description of what is wrong or what your problem is with the game. And they definitely are looking into all of those issues. Thank you very much for watching this update, and I hope you enjoy your hunting. Yeah, so just everything in a nutshell. So just get on there, speak your mind, and thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed this look at the latest update.